Hello everyone, here is Dr. Nayan Ganava from Advaita Homeopathic Clinic. So here I am going to discuss regarding role of homeopathy in Chandipura vesiculovirus encephalitis. So there are so many have been diagnosed specifically in Gujarat, and the rapidity and progression of the infection is so fast that many of the children died due to its infection. So surely it is fatal and it is rapid in progression. It is RNA virus, same like that of a COVID virus, but it is from Rhabdoviridae family. Rabies is one of the virus which belongs to the same family. Being an RNA virus, it attacks directly onto the central immunity. So what every RNS virus do, let's understand that first. But before that, we have to understand what is RNA and what it does. Okay. So RNA is messenger molecule that transfers genetic code to and from the DNA in the cell nucleus to the ribosome, where proteins are built up according to the DNA blueprint. So, if we see further, what this RNA virus do is altering the DNA. So this RNA virus enters into the T4 cell in a blood. Once inside the cell, virus releases enzyme reverse transcriptase, which causes small piece of RNA in the virus to produce a relatively short length DNA. This piece of DNA becomes part of the infected cell's genome and start producing RNA, which will turn become part of a new virus. In this process, the host T4 cell, a leukocyte, which has an important role in working of immune system, central immune system, is destroyed, and then whole system is compromised, and virus keep replicating again and again and again. So if we see further, Chandipura vesiculovirus is a member of Rhabdoviridae family that is associated with encephalitic illness. What is encephalitic? It is inflammation of encephalon of the brain. Okay. Chandipura encephalitis or Chandipura viral encephalitis in humans. So when was it was diagnosed first? So it was first identified in 1965 after isolation from blood of two patients from Chandipura village. So it is called Chandipura vesiculovirus. It is named after the village Chandipura in Maharashtra state of Gujarat. So uh, then between June and August 2003, 329 children contracted the virus and 183 died in Andhra Pradesh. Okay. And Maharashtra state of the India. Further sporadic cases and deaths in children were observed in Gujarat in 2004. In India and West Africa, Chandipura vesiculovirus was isolated from sandflies, and its bite probably spread the virus. The presence of virus in Africa indicates a widespread distribution, although no human cases have been observed outside the India. So if we see further, what are the symptoms which are produced when any children get infected with Chandipura vesiculovirus? Okay. So first, there will be a high fever, then headache. It is either accompanied by diarrhea or vomiting or both. Okay. After that, if there is a meningeal inflammation occur, there comes an irritation, confusion, convulsion, etc. And if the infection end up in encephalitis, the patient suffered from unconsciousness and coma. And further, if it get progress, it can turn fatal. So if we see symptoms progress one by one, the same what happen in any kind of fever. Okay, first there will be an intense fever accompanied by headache. Okay, then headache further progress into diarrhea or vomiting. Okay, so with headache, the patient suffer from either diarrhea, vomiting. Okay, and then it ends up having convulsion. Okay, and further the patient end up into unconsciousness or coma, progressing rapidly to the coma and death in severe cases. There is no specific treatment or vaccine available for Chandipura virus infection. So management focuses more on supportive care and prevention measures such as mosquito control. So if we see past outbreaks, in 2003, 329 children in Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra tested positive for the virus, and of which 189 succumbed to the virus. In 2009, there were 52 cases and 15 fatality. In 2010, there is 50 positive case and 16 fatalities. Between 2009 and 2011, there were 110 positive cases and 3 fatalities were there. An outbreak in Gujarat in Kheda district, Vadodara district, and Panchmahal district killed 17 people in 2010. Sandfly bites were blamed for the outbreak as they inhabit in cracks of the wall or the part of the home made of sand or mud. The sporadic cases appeared in Gujarat in 2014 and 2016. A girl from Ahmedabad succumbed to the virus. In 2019, a girl from Baili, Baroda, succumbed to the virus. Okay. Now, if we talk about recent outbreak, in July 24, uh, 2024, Sabarkantha district of Gujarat in India experienced and suspected outbreak, particularly in children. This suspected outbreak has raised significant public health concern due to rapid spread and the severity of the symptom observed in affected individuals. So far, one death caused by virus has been confirmed, with suspected death toll of 15. So what happened now? The progression of disease is so fast and it turns so much fatal that it is a matter of concern now, because if person get infected with Chandipura Vesiculo virus, if we see there is no particular treatment or vaccines, so there needs to be a matter of a caution. Okay. So now if we see further homeopathic perspective in treatment of Chandipura vesiculovirus. So when I heard about Chandipura vesiculovirus, I started searching every single materia medica I have in my software, in my encyclopedia, in my library, whatever books I have start searching for it, and I have found some beautiful remedies that can be a hope for treating such cases. As you know, I have shared research paper regarding COVID also. Coronavirus is also RNA virus. So does the Chandipura virus, being RNA virus, and the progression is so rapid that the remedy we choose should have that rapidity of action, that acuteness of the symptom, as well as able to manage the medical emergency which arrived during the treatment of disease. That is very necessary. So I was searching different materia medica and found few beautiful gems that can help us to deal with Chandipura vesiculo virus encephalitis. So I have searched every single materia medica from classical homeopathic materia medica to modern homeopathic materia medica, and I have found few remedies that seems promising in treating Chandipura vesiculo virus infection and the encephalitis. So if we see, the most important symptom of Chandipura vesiculo virus infection is sudden fever, headache, inflammation of meninges, vomiting and diarrhea, convulsion, encephalitis or encephalopathy. So what first I did, I just put few symptoms and try to see what remedies are coming up. Okay. So I have put few symptoms in radar repertory, synthesis 9.0. Okay, and try to see which remedies are coming up. Okay, so you can see I'm just zooming little bit so you can see clearly. See, okay, so I have taken four symptoms. Okay, fever, intense heat, stomach vomiting, head inflammation brain, and head inflammation meninges. So you can see 18 remedies coming up. Okay, but we have to read now materia medica and confirm which remedy can be the promising in treating Chandipura vesiculovirus. Okay, so as you can see, all important remedies that have brain affection comes to the repertorization, like belladonna, aconite, phosphorus, apis, arnica, cuprum. Okay, stramonium, sina, tuberculinum, veratrum viride, and influenzina. So now I have started searching into materia medica to find out the best possible remedy for treating the encephalitis and the infection uh, and the other symptoms which we have observed in Chandipura vesiculovirus infection. As I heard the news of Chandipura virus, one remedy that strikes my mind at that time was Ginkgum metallicum. It can be proved to be useful in such cases, but we have to look into the materia medica first to confirm. Since our literature does not confirm, we does not conclude the remedy. Okay, so after searching through thoroughly into materia medica, I come across few remedy. Let me tell you the remedies which are coming up in materia medica for encephalitis. Okay, but that is also acute encephalitis. So if you see whole belladonna group, okay, solanaceae plant family, if you see, they have a particular affection on a brain. Okay, so we are taking it in consideration, and belladonna is being the most acute remedy. Okay, having wider range of action, so we are considering it. Then second is ginkgum mate, third is influenzinum, apis mellifica, china sulph, opium, aconite, helleborus, calliiodatum, iodatum, cuprum, acanthis scalia, Cuprum arsenicosum, 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 chlorpromazanum. It is made up of from the allopathic drug, I think. So it is a synthetic medicine. Cobaltum nitricum, Rajania subsamrata, then Triostium perfoliatum, Coli bacillinum, Eberthinum, Paratyphoidinum, Chloratum hydratum, then Paronychia illesebrum, and Moxon. So now if we see regarding belladonna in our materia medica, so Dunham C is the author of the book Lectures on Materia Medica. He has written meningitis and encephalitis with accompanied redness of face. Belladonna is the indicated remedy. He also wrote belladonna is required in such cases where arterial storm burst upon the patient and localized its action in encephalon. The localization is still in first stage of engorgement. So when effusion is just started, that is the indication of the belladonna. Okay. Meningitis and encephalitis, first stage, throbbing carotid, hot head, nausea, thirst, scanty urine, dry heat, and frequent full pulse. According to Herring guiding symptoms, these are the symptoms that should be there to prescribe the belladonna. Encephalitis, that is what written by Buck H in Outline of Materia Medicas. Now, if we see Jinkum mate, okay, Jinkum is a noteworthy. So, employment in different potency should be tried repeatedly in encephalitis. That is what written by Laser O, textbook of Materia Medica. Convulsion, encephalitis, meningitis. So that is what Morrison, desktop companion to physical pathology, have written. Jinkum is the prime remedy after meningitis and encephalitis when child screams and shrieks in meningitis. Okay. So if there is a fever, after that there is a meningeal irritation which causes a vomiting, that, and if child screams and shrieks, that is the indication of prescribing Jinkum made. Tremulous weakness will be there. So, Materia Medica of Jinkum by author Keghas, he have written when period of serous infusion arrives, when deposits are incomplete. So, what is indication was of belladonna was, so if there is a serous effusion just started, that is where belladonna is prescribed. But when serous effusion is already started, but deposits are incomplete, okay, that is where the Jinkum will be prescribed. The case has already passed the province of belladonna. Now here Jinkum, hellebore come into the field. That is what Dunham wrote. So if we see the third remedy, influenza, encephalitis, that is what written by Julian O. Julian O further written weakness and fatigue, syndrome of meningitis. We have discussed before na encephalopathy. Okay. That is what he is trying to convey. Enterocolitis, diarrhea, encephalitic syndrome with vomiting. See how perfectly Julian O had written na encephalitic syndrome with vomiting. So if we see Apis mellifica, encephalitis, fidgetiness of fit while sitting, that is what the indication of Apis mellifica in encephalitis. There will be a burning heat, thirstlessness, albuminous urine, scream out very sharply during sleep as well as when awake. That is what written in hearing guiding symptom. Meningoencephalitis, gastroenteritis, that is what written by Vitholcus materia medica of Viva. So if we see further, China self, in China self there is written by Hempel CJ comprehensive materia medica, encephalitis, paralysis of spatial senses after typhoid like fever, okay? Then epilepsy, then diarrhea, vomiting with fever. Exact, na? That is what the symptom of Chandipura vesiculo virus infection. Now, if we see opium, opium is indicated in late stages of Chandipura vesiculo virus infection when there is encephalitis with coma or unconsciousness. So if we see encephalitis, heavy and stupid sleep with red face, stupid even after waking, that is what hearing guiding symptoms have written. Encephalitis, where there is coma, that is what written by HOMOEOPATHIC, clinical therapeutics. Then if we see further, incomplete insensibility, that is what HOMOEOPATHIC, clinical therapeutics have written. The patient will be aroused for a moment with loud voice and again return back to the stupor. That is what the peculiar symptom of opium. Then if we see further, loud stertorous respiration with coldness of skin. That is also a peculiar symptom of opium which will you examine or observed in the patient. If we see aconite, aconite also indicated in first stages as well as last stages of encephalitis. Okay, so aconite probably be indicated in severe cases of encephalitis, meningoencephalitis, judging by tremulous fear, tormenting sensation feels inside the head, severe headache, and high fever. Head excessively hot, that is what written by Vitholcus materia medica, and then testis O. Homeopathic materia medica have confirmed that again that it has some role in encephalitis. So if we see further, there is another one remedy which have very widespread action like of belladonna and opium. This remedy also indicated in last stages of Chandipura vesiculovirus infection. Encephalitis, when effusion is setting in, but in Helleborus, effusion sets in gradually. Okay. So encephalitis, when effusion is setting in. Okay. But in Helleborus, what happened? Effusion sets in very slowly, very gradually. While in belladonna, it is more sudden and violent with convulsion. So in Helleborus, spasms may remain unnoticed. Cerebral symptom will be limited to headache, drowsiness, and coma. That is what Hempel have written in its comprehensive materia medica. It is used in second stages of encephalitis. So you have seen belladonna is used in first stage of encephalitis. Aconite is also used in first stage of encephalitis. Influenzinum also used in first stage of encephalitis. But here is a Helleborus which is used in second stage of encephalitis, while its power over serous dropsy might well extended to the cranial arachnoid. Okay, that is what UG's pharmacodynamics have written. Now, if we see further more symptoms, continued fever, meningitis, encephalitis, appetite is increased during fever, eye turn upward during fever, stupor and coma during continued fever. That is what Morrison desktop guide have written. One of the most confirmatory symptom is rolling of head in meningitis and encephalitis. This is what Morrison desktop guide have written, but I have read in multiple materia medica that rolling of head is a confirmatory symptom of a Helleborus in encephalitis and meningitis. It is also used in condition which occur after meningitis and encephalitis. So it is post-viral infection also can be used if there is a meningitis and encephalitis. In extreme stages of encephalitis, also Helleborus is indicated. That is what written by Dr. Shankaran in his book Soul of Remedies. Viral encephalitis with dullness. So that is what written by Shankaran again, that if there is a viral encephalitis with very much dullness, it is the indication of Helleborus. Meningitis, encephalitis with rolling of head from side to side. See, I have said na multiple materia medica have confirmed this symptom. So that is what written by Van Wozel radar in keynotes. Meningitis, encephalitis with rolling of head from side to side. Chewing motion of the mouth, move lips without speaking. Now, alternation of convulsion with stupefaction. That is what Vermeulen have written. So you can see how beautifully our materia medicas have mentioned regarding role of homeopathy in encephalitis or any sorts of brain fever. Okay. So we can say that homeopathy have some role in treating and helping the patients of Chandipura vesiculo virus encephalitis. Let's see further. So if we see Kali iode, encephalitis with tendency to effusion or even after effusion has actually sets in. So it is also used in second stage of the second stage of the disease. Okay. If other means fails, this agent still can save life. So just see how our old masters have written in their materia medica that encephalitis with tendency to effusion or even after effusion has actually sets in. And if other means fail, these agents still can save life. So see how much confidently they have written. So how much this can help us in treating such patients who are suffering from encephalitis or meningitis or any sorts of viral encephalitis. Okay. There will be immobility of pupil and there will be violent convulsion and complete cessation of secretions. So all sorts of secretion have been seized. So this is what the complete indication of the Kali iodatum in encephalitis. So if we see, there is two remedy that have took my attention because copper has some role, some important role in brain processes. Okay, neuron link that we have seen. So copper have some role in any sorts of brain disorders. Okay. So here I come across two remedy, cuprum aceticum and cuprum arsenicosum. That seems so promising in late stages of encephalitis. There will be edema of brain accompanied by head pain. That is what indication of cuprum arsenicosum. Then another one is unconscious brain unconsciousness in brain disease with edema of brain. That is also indication of cuprum arsenicosum. So further, if we see, I have took out some rare remedies that have specific action on encephalitis, also epidemic encephalitis. Okay, so I have took out few rare remedies also. So one of them is Acanthiscalia that have epidemic encephalitis. Julian O have written this, okay? Then meningitis and encephalitis, that is also written by Murphy. Wars from cold, damp weather. Now you are seeing there is a rainy, damp weather around, okay? So this remedy can be so much helpful. Face will be red, congestive throbbing headache, dryness and burning of mucous membrane. Okay, there will be complete dryness of mucous membrane, and then there will be burning. Despite the feeling of heat, they need covering. Okay, so what happened now? They are feeling heat, still they need covering, and that intense heat suffocates them, and they need quick relief from that. That is what the indication of acanthiscalia. Another rare remedy is Rajania subsamrata, that is also used in meningoencephalitis, acute post-infectious encephalitis in child. That is what written by Julian O. Materia Medica of New Homeopathic Remedies. So you can see how beautifully our masters have written, and these remedies seems so promising in treating such infection. Now, if we see another rare remedy, Triostium perfoliatum. Okay, so if we see in Triostium perfoliatum, acute post-infectious encephalitis in children, diffuse periaxial encephalitis, epidemic encephalitis. Again, master have written epidemic encephalitis, and that is what going on right now. Influenza with aching all over with heat in the limbs, acute encephalitis in children, sensation of needle all over the body when hot. So during fever, during heat, he will feel sensation of needle all over the body. Then dryness of mucous membrane of lips, throat and mouth. That is also indication of Triostium perfoliatum. If we see traditionally how it is used, so it is used as a febrifuge. It causes vomiting, fever with agitation and insomnia. Okay, that is what the indication of Triostium. So I just want to give you some information. Okay, just a second. Okay. Okay. And what is this febrifuge means? Reducing the fever. So it is also can be helpful in first stages of the disease. Now, if we see coli bacillinae, in it, it is written meningitis, meningoencephalitis, and encephalitis lethargica. That is what written by Julian O in his Materia Medica of Rare Remedies. Another remedy which is mentioned by Julian O, it is iberthinum. Okay, so in iberthinum, what is written is fever rising up to 40 with dicrotic and dissociated pulse. Okay. Just a second. So if we see further, encephalitis with intense prostration, there will be so much prostration, there will be so much dullness and weakness. Meningeal reaction. Meningeal reaction means it is any kind of, it is inflammation, it is irritation. Okay. Diarrhea, abundant and fetid. There will be diarrhea which is very offensive in order. Then epidemic encephalitis, that is also written in Iberthinum. just think how beautifully homeopathic remedy are indicated in such illnesses. Lymphocytic meningitis, that is what written by Julian. Now, another remedy which I come across in Julian O Materia Medica, that is paratyphoidinum, meningotyphoid. There will be meningeal irritation and inflammation during typhoid kind of fever, acute post-infectious encephalitis in children. But there will be constant denutrition and emaciation accompanied by the fever or encephalitis. Then chloratum hydratum. This is the first remedy when I searched into the encyclopedia shown in the title. Okay, that is chloratum hydratum. But it is mostly used in encephalitic lethargica, migraine-like headaches, and sleeplessness. But when there is a meningitis or encephalitis, sleepless is very common symptom. If you see, it is written in all of the remedies which I mentioned. Then another remedy is chlorpromazine. I think it is made up of chlorpromazine, allopathic medicine. In it, it is written epidemic encephalitis by Julian O. Materia Medica of Rare Remedies. Another remedy which I come across, it is cobaltum nitricum. In cobaltum nitricum, there is a diffuse meningitis and encephalitis. Okay, I have just mentioned just few important symptoms or just mentioned regarding encephalitis just to show you all that we have some role in treating Chandipura vesiculovirus encephalitis and we can help them better way. So there is one remedy, Paronychia illesebrum, okay, that is mentioned in Julian O Materia Medica only. So in it, there is written encephalitis, high fever, pneumonia, typhoid fever, dry oppressive heat, and feeling of emptiness in the brain. Now understand, if it is the late stage of the encephalitis, one of the most important remedy that we can use is Moxol. You all are aware regarding Moxol. We are using it in the syphilitic illnesses when there is so much destruction. Okay, and the pathology is so grave, we use it. Okay, so same, this pathology is very rapidly progressing and end up into the death. So Moxol can be the most important remedy. Vermeulen rot in Scandinavia, the mercury compound thiomerzol is used as a preservative in influenza vaccine, and in the vaccine against tick-borne encephalitis. That is what written in Vermeulen. But now let's go through some valuable hint for the practice. I have taken from T.P. Chatterjee, Fundamentals of Homeopathic Materia Medica. In encephalitis, Apis and belladonna have proved to be a good prophylactic. Okay, so first thing, what I personally feel is Apis and belladonna can be proved to be a good prophylactic. Okay, but we'll see further and then I'll tell you what I feel what can be the most promising prophylactic in Chandipura vesiculovirus encephalitis or Chandipura vesiculovirus infection. So P. Sankaran in his book Elements of Homeopathy have mentioned malignant form of malaria, which is also known as tropical malaria, exhibits the symptom of meningitis and encephalitis, mainly leads to malarial coma owing to uh, concentration of parasites in cerebral capillaries. Okay. Also, he mentioned that Stern's right, every acute encephalitis case requires influenza. Okay, so now you can understand we have some important remedies for Chandipura vesicular viral infection. Infection mainly occur from some constitutional tendency. The disease factor best met by this nosode. Belladonna group of remedies are likely to be required. See, as I have written first in the first line, that solanaceae can be the most important remedy, right? That is what written by P. Shankaran sir also. Belladonna group of remedies are likely to be required after influenzinum have done its work. Finally, the deep acting remedies are required. So when there is a patient who have just got the infection of Chandipura vesiculovirus, they needs to be prescribed influenzinum. Okay, or either you can choose any from the first stage of infection remedies which I have mentioned above. So that is what P. Shankaran sir have wrote. Infection mainly occur from some constitutional tendency. Okay, so it is your constitutional tendency that gives the infection away. The disease factor based met by this nosode, belladonna group of remedies likely to be required after influenzinum have done its work. Finally, the deep acting remedies are required. He mentioned that influenzinum is the key which opens the front door, but each room has secret combination of locks of its own. It is like house of mystery. So there is a first front door that is influenzinum will open. Okay, so the front door will be opened by influenzinum. So influenzinum give us way that the constitutional remedy works in a better way. He mentioned that influenzinum is the key which opens the front door, but each room has secret combination of locks of its own. It is like house of a mystery. So first, every case needs to be prescribed influenzinum first, and then you can give any deep acting, any constitutional, any therapeutic remedies which is indicated. By the way, according to me, I have looked for uh, any preventive remedy. I surely think that influenzinum can be the best prophylactic remedy. After that, belladonna can also be used as a prophylactic remedy. And there is one more remedy that took my attention, that is AIDS nosode. It is made up of HIV virus, which is also RNA virus. And if you read its materia medica or its proving, it is written that it plays very important role in boosting the central immune system. Now, as I have provided proper study of AIDS nosode during COVID also as being the RNA virus, okay, it has some role in central immune mechanism, okay. So this is all about Chandipura vesicular virus infection and how we homeopath can help those cases, what our old masters and modern masters have regarding encephalitis and associated symptoms or encephalitic syndrome. Okay, so these all are the remedy which can be so much useful in treating Chandipura vesiculovirus infection. I personally feel that whatever master have written, we have to trust it completely. I have before also I have applied whatever master have written, and it proved to be very successful in my clinical practice. So this is what I feel, this is what I thought. Okay, and this is what personally actually I believe in homeopathy so much, so I am sharing with you all. If there is any mistakes or any symptoms I have not mentioned correctly, you can ping me anytime so we can discuss about that also. Okay, so this is all about Chandipura vesiculovirus infection. But I have also made a chart for first stage of inflammation, which are the remedies can be given, second stage of inflammation, which are the remedies we can think of, and late stages of encephalitis illness, what are the remedies can be thought of. These are my personal thoughts, okay? After researching into the materia medica, your thoughts maybe or can be different from mine, but I'm open to discuss, okay? I'm open to learn from you all. So just go through it. I'm sharing the PDF also with you all. I'll give you the link in the caption so you can download it and read about it also. And make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel. And so I can share more and more what I have learned in my clinical practice and how can it help you all. Good day. Goodbye. So hope you have enjoyed the learning. Hope you have learned something from this video, and hope this video may have awakened you and changed your perspective about homeopathy. This is how we learn together and grow together. Just keep researching into our materia medicas or whatever materia medica you read. Okay, just keep researching into it and you'll surely find treasure hidden inside it. Okay, so the more you dive into our homeopathy, the more you find out the gems. So if you have loved the content of the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, students, and teachers who are homeopaths. Also, you can share it with the doctors who are curious enough to learn about homeopathy. Hope this video have made so much sense to you. Have a good day.